Kirk Frost sat in his grand living room, surrounded by luxurious furniture and family photos that once captured joyful moments. But today, the warmth was gone. His heart raced as he stared at his phone, reading the message that Jasmine had filed for child support, demanding a shocking $7 million. The news hit him hard. Just days ago, they'd shared a friendly breakfast, laughing with their son, and now everything felt upside down. Kirk thought back on their relationship. They'd been through many ups and downs with challenges that could have broken any couple, but this felt different, like a betrayal. Running his hand through his hair, he whispered, $7 million. It wasn't just about money, it was a direct message, a challenge he wasn't sure he could handle. Memories flooded his mind, the exciting beginning, the fights, and the moments when their love seemed unbreakable. But somewhere along the way, they drifted apart. Now, as he faced a legal battle, he felt a mix of anger and sadness. He wondered if Jasmine had ever truly believed in their relationship. Their last conversation replayed in his mind, a painful argument that ended in tears. Kirk picked up his phone and called his lawyer, determined to understand his options. As they discussed complicated legal terms, Kirk felt overwhelmed. But one thing was clear: he had to protect his son's future. Although he was worried, he felt a newfound determination. This situation would not define him. He knew he had to stay strong for his family. Later that night, Kirk met up with his friends at a bar, looking for a break from his worries, even if just for a little while. The bar was lively, with music filling the room and laughter all around. Just as Kirk began to unwind, the topic of Jasmine and child support came up. One of his friends made a joke, raising his beer with a grin, but Kirk's face turned serious. His heart raced, and he felt a mix of embarrassment and frustration. He looked at his friend and said firmly, "This isn't a joke." The laughter faded, and his friends' faces grew concerned. Kirk leaned back in his seat and opened up, saying, "I never thought it would come to this. $7 million feels like a betrayal." His friends, now listening closely, showed understanding, knowing how complex his relationship with Jasmine had been. It was a love that had its fair share of tension and conflict. When one friend asked what he planned to do, Kirk didn't hesitate. "I'm going to fight," he said. "I care about my son too much to let this ruin things." The words felt strong, even surprising to Kirk himself. This wasn't just about money, it was about protecting his role as a father and keeping his dignity. Surrounded by his supportive friends, Kirk felt a new sense of purpose. He knew it wouldn't be easy, with court battles and emotional ups and downs ahead. But as he left the bar, he felt ready. Back at home, he looked at a photo of his son, feeling stronger. "No matter what," he whispered, "he'll know he's loved." The road was uncertain, but Kirk was determined to fight for his family's future with everything he had. Kirk Frost and Rashida Buckner Frost, known from Asterisk Love and Hip Hop Asterisk, have shared a story full of highs and lows, inspiring many fans with their resilience. Recently, though, their relationship hit a surprising and troubling phase, leaving fans concerned for the couple they once admired. One evening, after a full day of work and public appearances, Kirk and Rashida finally made it back home. Both of them had been juggling demanding careers, family responsibilities, and the effort of keeping their marriage on solid ground. Beneath this balancing act, though, there were growing signs of strain. Whispers and gossip had started circulating about Kirk's faithfulness, and Rashida was finding it harder to keep her frustration in check. That evening, a simple disagreement over household tasks quickly turned into a much larger conflict. Tensions rose, and in the heat of the moment, hurtful words were exchanged. What started as a minor argument soon turned into a major confrontation that could have been straight out of a TV drama. But this was their real life. As voices grew louder, worried neighbors decided to call 911, concerned about a possible domestic disturbance. When the police arrived, they found Rashida visibly shaken, her eyes red from crying. After talking to both of them and assessing the situation, the officers decided to take Kirk into custody. News of the incident quickly spread on social media, leaving fans shocked and struggling to understand how this well-loved couple was now facing such serious issues. Rashida's emotional Instagram post only added to the tension. She wrote, "I deserve respect and safety," alongside a picture of herself, looking both determined and vulnerable. This post signaled that this wasn't just anger, but a deep-seated breaking point in their marriage. Soon rumors spread that the demands of reality TV might have added extra pressure on them, forcing them to appear perfect despite real-life struggles. After Rashida's post, reactions varied widely. Fans were divided. Some supported her, urging her to prioritize her mental health and happiness, while others empathized with Kirk, calling for forgiveness and understanding. One fan's comment summed up the feeling of disappointment, saying, "I can't believe it's come to this after all they've been through." With the situation intensifying, Rashida turned to her family and closest friends for support. She began looking back on her marriage, reflecting on the ups and downs they had shared over the years. There were romantic getaways, but there were also painful memories of betrayal and heartbreak. While their lives were often on display on television, their struggles behind the scenes went far deeper than fans saw. At the same time, Kirk was facing legal issues and preparing for a court appearance. He expressed regret and confusion, saying, "I never wanted things to go this far. I love Rashida and want to make things right." Despite his remorse, it was unclear if their marriage could be saved given the harm done. Rashida's path was uncertain, and her priority was herself and her children's well-being. Friends close to her said she was seriously considering her options, including a future without Kirk. The thought of moving forward on her own brought both fear and excitement, leaving her with mixed emotions. As the court date approached, everyone was curious about the outcome. People wondered if Kirk would fully own up to his actions and if Rashida would stay by his side or start a new chapter. This wasn't just another storyline from *Love and Hip Hop*. This was real life, and their decisions would have lasting consequences. Fans eagerly followed every detail of Kirk and Rashida's relationship, feeling personally involved as they watched the intense story unfold. Their journey felt like something out of a novel, revealing the complex realities behind the shiny surface of reality TV. It was a powerful reminder of how tough love and loyalty can be, especially when balancing one's happiness with family stability. At its heart, Kirk and Rashida's story explored the messy and complicated nature of relationships, serving as a lesson about trust and resilience. No one knew for sure what would happen next. Rashida stood at a crossroads, facing a difficult choice. Would she consider giving Kirk another chance, or would she take a different path to build a healthier future for herself and her kids? Time would reveal her decision, but one thing was clear: Rashida was determined to put her and her family's happiness first. This wasn't just a TV show, it was a glimpse into the struggles of real relationships, emphasizing the importance of making choices that protect one's self-respect. Meanwhile, Kirk stood in his sleek studio, facing a troubling reality. Shock, disappointment, and frustration showed on his face as he prepared to make a serious revelation. Rashida, his ex-wife and former business partner, had allegedly taken $9 million from their shared ventures. This wasn't idle gossip, it was a hard truth he had carried for a long time. "This isn't just some rumor, it's my reality," Kirk began, his voice steady but full of emotion. "I trusted her completely, and discovering she was taking money, it feels like betrayal on every level." The studio, once full of energy and creativity, now felt heavy with conflict and tension. Kirk remembered the early days of their partnership, feeling a mix of warmth and sadness as he thought back. Together, he and Rashida had built something incredible, a brand that started with music but expanded into fashion and lifestyle, becoming an empire in the entertainment world. Their success was a result of hard work, long hours, and a vision they both seemed to share. But Kirk never expected betrayal from someone he trusted so deeply. Looking back on their journey, he recalled the excitement and ambition they shared at the start, both aiming to make a mark. They combined their unique talents and ideas, creating a brand that grew into something far greater than either could have imagined. What had once been a simple collaboration had blossomed into a powerful influence. Now, however, that success felt tarnished by Rashida's alleged actions. Kirk struggled with a deep sense of betrayal, anger, and sadness. He couldn't believe someone he cared about could deceive him so completely, casting a shadow over all they had accomplished. The scandal now surrounding Rashida put everything they had worked for at risk, leaving Kirk with a painful feeling he never imagined. He replayed memories of their journey, the long nights brainstorming, the sacrifices, and the joy of seeing their dreams take shape. Those moments, once filled with pride and joy, now felt dimmed, as if a dark cloud had erased the happiness they once shared. At first, Kirk thought the issues in the finances were just small mistakes, perhaps a bit of poor organization or minor accounting slip-ups. He assumed someone in the finance department had made an error, so he told himself it was nothing big, just a small problem that could be fixed. But as he examined the records more closely, things started to look strange. He noticed unexplained money transfers, and the more he looked, the more confusing it all became. Kirk soon realized that this was no simple mistake, it was a serious issue. Each new piece of information showed him that the situation was far worse than he had initially thought. It felt like watching everything slowly crumble right in front of him. Realizing he needed expert help, Kirk decided to bring in a forensic accountant, a specialist trained to dig deeply into financial records and uncover any hidden truths. As he waited for the investigation results, his anxiety grew. Each day made him more nervous, and he couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. His mind raced with fears and questions, and the uncertainty hung over him like a dark cloud. Finally, the report arrived, and the findings hit him hard. It was a painful revelation. The forensic accountant's report pointed to Rashida, someone Kirk had trusted completely. The document detailed unauthorized withdrawals and secret transactions, laying out a clear picture of dishonesty and betrayal.